How's everything going, guys? My name is the Quacken, and today, a surprise to absolutely nobody, Hersheypark has announced that Wildcat, the GCI wood coaster, will be permanently closing at the end of the month. On July 31st, 2022, Wildcat will be no more. No mas. This ride sat at the back of Hersheypark and was always a walk on. I mean, I've been to Hersheypark twice, and both times I walked on both times. The general public don't like it. A lot of coaster enthusiasts don't really care for it. And you can put myself in that group as well. I really did not enjoy this ride. And I am not really upset that this ride is closing because we're pretty much all of the stars are aligned that we will be getting the first ever RMC in the state of Pennsylvania. So that is a good thing. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about when the coaster will open, what kind of elements this ride will have, and everything you need to know about what's going to happen when this new coaster actually opens in place of Wildcat. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about is how do I know that this is going to be an RMC coaster? Well, first of all, there have been plenty of footers that have been marked on Wildcat over the last year or so that a lot of people have started to take notice of this. And another thing is that, well, I mean, Hersheypark has been pretty quiet about it, I'm not going to lie, but a lot of people have noticed. I've actually saw a video of David Hanner doing a vlog at Hersheypark here recently, and he noticed that the photo booth had been removed. It definitely made perfect sense to take out the photo booth if they were going to just completely do an RMC makeover of this ride. But probably the most damning piece of evidence that I came across was on Hersheypark's Facebook page. You may be surprised what all you can find on Facebook, but what I found was on their post, at the very end of their post, it said, "Any ideas what we could do with 3,100 feet of wooden track? Stay tuned for ride updates later this year." Rocky Mountain Construction themselves commented on this post saying, "We have a couple of good ideas." Guys, the writing could not be more clear that this is going to be an RMC roller coaster. This is going to be an RMC redo of Wildcat. I mean, I know a lot of people when talks and rumors started circulating that Wildcat would be closing soon, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's going to get Titan track, it's going to get complete retracking. Just look at this writing on the wall now. RMC is coming in and they're going to work their magic on Wildcat. I mean, it could not be more clear for you guys. So I kind of debated on whether I actually wanted to talk about this, but I actually did decide to go ahead and speculate on some of the elements that an RMC Wildcat could actually receive. One of the first things that came to mind was potentially, I don't know, barrel roll down drop, but at the same time, it's like, this ride currently has a twisted drop. It probably wouldn't work all that well. We'd probably see a drop similar to what we find on Joker at Discovery Kingdom, which was another RMC that was reborn out of an old GCI wood coaster. If you remember Roar, the old wood coaster at Discovery Kingdom was transformed into Joker. That ride had a twisted first drop, and Joker currently has a twisted first drop. I've ridden Joker, and I actually really enjoyed the first drop on that ride, but I think we probably could see a drop pretty similar to that, so forget about the barrel roll down drop. Some of the elements I'm thinking would have, I think we'll probably have a similar, if not maybe a tad bit longer track length of the RMC Wildcat. So probably around 3,500 feet of track. I mean, they could go a little bit shorter depending on how much their budget is. That's something that I don't have the answers to, so that's really a park decision, not mine. But I definitely wouldn't complain if it was a little bit longer than the 3,100 feet that is currently on Wildcat. Some of the elements that we could be looking at, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a good handful of ejector airtime moments on the ride. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's like a handful of inversions. Usually the magic number is about 3 for an RMC coaster, at least one of these hybrid makeovers. So, I mean, obvious answers would be a 0G roll, 0G stall, and probably another 0G roll, more than likely. I mean, those are pretty much the obvious choices for a new roller coaster for RMC. I mean, that's pretty much the gold standard number, is 3. And one thing I did want to talk about before we wrapped up this video is what this really could mean for a day at Hersheypark. I mean, obviously we all know that Hersheypark has a pretty confusing layout, but Wildcat sits in the very back of Hersheypark. It never has a line. Neither does Lightning Racer. You put a brand new shiny RMC coaster in the very back of Hersheypark, in my opinion, it'll undoubtedly become the best coaster there. And no, I have not ridden Candymonium. And don't even get me started on Skyrush. That ride ranks in my 40s, so having an RMC coaster, and it seems like they're getting even better as time has gone on, an RMC coaster probably ranks in my top 25, top 20, who knows where it'll rank, but they seem to getting better and better and better as time has gone on. So it'll definitely draw in a big crowd to the back of the park, so probably see a long line for this when it opens. Obviously, no surprise there. But you may be seeing improved ridership for Lightning Racer because that ride never has a line. So that is something that you probably think about. So I know a lot of people, if it's like their first ever time going to Hershey, they're probably going to want to go straight to the RMC, but who knows what's going to happen with that. But that is something that not a lot of people are really talking about, is that I think that a new RMC coaster in the very back of Hersheypark is going to improve the ridership of Lightning Racer, which is the other GCI wood coaster that's currently there. And I know a lot of people that are probably going to say, oh, Dalton, you have no idea what you're talking about. Well, first of all, Lightning Racer never has a line right now because there's not very much reason to go to the very back of Hersheypark unless you're going to the water park, because you got a crummy GCI right now with Wildcat. You got a pretty mediocre one with Lightning Racer. You got a Wild Mouse back there. And you got a little spinning coaster that's indoors that has awful capacity. That's the only thing that has a line that's back there. So, you guys don't think I have any idea what I'm talking about. Well, just wait until this thing opens. So, I do want to know what you guys think about Hersheypark closing Wildcat permanently. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That'd really mean a ton. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time.